Project number 1 is our first challenge. This is project number 2, our second challenge. And then project number 3, our third challenge. But first, a few words.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm Elizabeth on the Dandysoap DIY channel. Thank you to Mom Dares to DIY and Sweet Urban Rose for putting up this Nailed It or Failed It challenge. Here you will take and you select a home decor that you would like to have in your home. You duplicate it and you guys get to vote on it. We are trying to do it for less dollars, so we show you what we used and how we put it together. And you get to vote, nailed it or failed it. So leave your comments in the description box down below. Make sure you follow the playlist through and visit everyone's channel and give them your vote on nailed it. And we really hate to fail it.
To make our blue crab signage, we need a Google print of a blue crab. We'll need the 8.5 by 8.5 canvas from Dollar Tree and one of the bonnets from Dollar Tree. This will make the weave inside. Using vintage gel chalk paint will be my color. And using a razor knife, I cut away the canvas. Now, I took my tracer light and I took a black magic marker and traced out my crab. You can find a link to this tracer light in the Amazon affiliate link below. Using very sharp snipping scissors, you want to be careful and cut this out slowly. We'll be using it in another project on this video. Now theirs was a driftwood, so I painted my frame white chalk paint to match my decor. This was what I preferred. Now once I get that done, I take my Mod Podge and I layer the whole back side of that canvas. This will make paint coverage a smooth transition. Now I also lay that aside for the time being and let it dry. Taking the bonnet and sizing up the crab, we're going to be using the whole upper top. So I am cutting it away. And you'll cut that whole upper top, the whole part will be used. Now you'll need to cut slits to give way so it lays a little more flatter and is a little more pliable. And it will, guys, it really will. Now, sizing up the crab. Now it's time to take the vintage teal and we're going to paint that whole center and just layer it on. You do not have to be real thick. We want it sparing. Now, I took white paint and I painted it on the canvas to cover up the print. I did the other side as well. And now I have to put my slats on. So using my ruler and a pencil, I draw lines to make the shiplap. I take the truffle chalk paint and flatten out my brush really well. And I take my ruler, lay it across there, and I simply take the paint and draw a line. Now I'm going to be doing some dry brushing, and this technique is kind of a smear blotting. You take a paper towel and go back over it, and then you do some more dry brushing until you get it like you like. Now taking the weaved hat, placing the crab there, it's time to glue it down. And I simply did this using some Eldridge glue and some hot glue. And that was so that that canvas stays snug to that weave. Now using the Mod Podge again, layer it all over the crab as well as the canvas. This will help it with dust and dirt as well. Now tracing the frame around the canvas and cutting away the excess because we will not need it. Now once we've got that done, it's time to adhere it to our frame. So I'm just sizing it up. But I needed it to be more firm, so I took cardboard from my ice cream box, traced out my frame, and then I cut that out. Once I did, I glued that cardboard directly to the back side of the canvas and the weave to cover that up and to give it more firm. Now, just make sure you glue it all around, guys. Now, the next step and final step is to lay this onto our frame. So, lay down your hot glue and just glue it all about. Guys, it turned out awesome. Look at this thing. I was impressed with myself. So what do you think, guys? Did I nail it or did I fail it? I used the hook that was on it originally from the canvas and put it back into place. It was really easy. I pressed it in with my fingers. So you guys, what is your vote? Here is ours. Ours had a total cost, guys, of a whopping $2. And here it is. I think I nailed it. I really appreciate your thumbs up. And you guys, compared to this one at $14.99, yes, I think I nailed it.
And you get to vote, nailed it or failed it. Subscribe to my channel and you will get a new video doing a DIY every single week. So I appreciate your votes on nailed it. In the meantime, let's get back to the video.
I found this poster, the Crab Shack, fresh daily, with the blue crab. I loved it. So using that piece we cut from the canvas, along with one of the signs from Dollar Tree from this past Christmas, and some white Waverly chalk paint, and some truffle, we are going to put 2 layers of white chalk paint. Then we're going to dry brush it with the truffle, once again using my ruler in straight lines with the brown, and just dry brushing it back and forth. With this being like a board, it's a little bit different dry brushing method. Now, taking the hazelnut chalk paint, I am painting the crab, and you're going to be seeing me take the ocean chalk paint and painting the legs. But I'm going to be doing some details and some shading, so I'll show you some tricks to that. And once I get that done, guys, I am ready to start putting some details. Now, using a Mega Ink gel pen, ink pen, I am drawing the dark lines, and take and do like I did with the Google printout. I can look at it and determine where those lines need to go and how dark and deep, and just using a regular old ink pen to draw that in. Now I am kind of smearing it and just rubbing at it and just going about. And then I took the red chalk marker, or paint marker, I'm sorry, did the crab legs, and then I did the ink as well. Now with a pencil, I sketched out the Crab Shack and Fresh Daily. And that way I can erase it until I get it just right. Now using my black paint marker, guys, I just followed those pencil marks and I did that pencil until I was satisfied with it. And as you can see, it shows up really good. Did the Fresh Daily, and I just mocked the printout that I had of that poster. Now I'm going to use Mod Podge, and I put down a layer, then I put my crab, then I Mod Podge over the crab and the entire sign. This helps with dust, preserving it, and it will actually help it be a little more water repellent. I glued my jute twine onto the back and using some painter's tape just to give it some insurance. So what do you guys think? Nailed it or failed it? Here is ours. And guys, for a total of $1, yeah, because we reuse pieces. So here it is. I am so super satisfied, and ours is hand painted too, where this one was a poster for a whopping $14.99. So did I nail it or fail it?
Nailed it or failed it?
So these hooks are a wrought iron. They are made of metal, and they're gorgeous, and I would love to have them. So I decided to make mine using Dollar Tree's hooks and Dollar Tree wooden cutouts. I have done the seahorse, the seashell, and the whale. Now I used a jumbo ice cream stick, and I Waverly chalk paint all of these. And then I glued that one over top of the metal, and this would make it easier for me to basically hang it on the wall, kind of hide those hook marks and the holes. And now using that Mega Ink and using the same technique, guys, I'm just kind of putting black on the outer edge, tracing it. And then you're going to use a wet towel method. You take the towel, squeeze out the excess water, and rub it, and that smears the ink, the gel ink that is, and gives it a metal, antiquish white, shabby chic look. And you'll do all 3 pieces and just go around the outer edge. And I have got this sped up, but you guys, normally I go a lot slower on my videos. And then I glued the seahorse to one side and the whale and the shell in the center. Now you will see that I go back and I put glue insurance, as I call it, to the back side. Additionally, I put on varnish. Now varnishing it will help it to be a little more waterproof, and I had intended to hang this outside. Now guys, you will see that I am protecting my seahorse, and I am going to make sure I glue him really tight so that no one will grab hold of him hanging up their items. And you guys, what do you think? Did I nail it or did I fail it? I adore it. I think it's awesome. I really, really like it. See the vintage metal look, but it's actually wood. So here we are. Here's your close-up. Ours costed a total of $1.50. And I really think that I nailed it. I just could not afford one that was metal wrought iron, not right now. So theirs retails at $19.99. So did I nail it?
Thank you to Mom Dares to DIY and Sweet Urban Rose for putting up this Nailed It or Failed It challenge. So leave your comments in the description box down below. Make sure you follow the playlist through and visit everyone's channel and give them your vote on Nailed It. And we really hate to fail it. Subscribe to my channel and you will get a new video doing a DIY every single week. So I appreciate your votes on Nailed It.
Until the next DIY, this is Elizabeth saying over and out. Thank you so much for viewing. Till the next DIY. Bye, guys.